guys, so I know there's a million videos out there on building one of these for your truck. I realize that I'm going to be doing this for a long time and I might as well just commit. I remember before I got rid of the back seats and I just threw them away. I know I shouldn't have done that. So this time I'm going to keep the back seats at my house just in case, but I would like to build a legit nice setup for the sleeper. No piece of particle board, no, like I usually just take a particle board with 2 legs and call it good. I want something, I want to have some storage, I want to have some room back there. I'd like to be able to store an air compressor and a couple other things underneath of it, but we will see. So I'm going to Home Depot now. I'm going to go get some 2x4s, no, probably 2x8s, and some 4x4s for legs, and we're going to build something nice. So I will show you what we're doing here soon. All right, so we got the back bolts out. We are in the process of removing said back seats. So let's get these things out. Again, we're not getting rid of them, we're gonna take them home. But I'm gonna come back in here because I wanna show you, I want the bed to sit like right around this area, which will give me a little bit of storage underneath, and it won't sit like flush on the bottom, so it won't be lower. I want it perfectly level, so that's gonna be the goal, to get the twin mattress back here, which will let it sit in this little groove here. So I'm gonna work on, that's what I forgot. I needed to get a sheet to like cover all this because I want the sound deadening. So we'll see how this goes. So I know for a fact that we're never gonna use these, so I'm gonna pull these off a while as well. I am gonna put the bolts back in it, but I know I like the fact that I can put the seat down and have it fold forward. Like on the 4th generation trucks, the 3rd gens don't allow you to do that. So once you get rid of this, you can move your seats back. So if I ever do go to put the seats back in, I'm not putting these brackets back on. So there's that. And then I'm also gonna remove these guys here. I have no idea what they're for. Somebody down in the comments can let me know. I'm assuming anchor points for a car seat, but I could be wrong. These can get thrown away. All right, so first thing, we got everything out. Everything is cleared. I got the front of the truck taken care of, so that's for a different video. I measured from bolt to bolt, and then I figured out what I wanted to do. So I want to do 58 inches from side to side, because we're gonna have it kind of like sit on this, but I'll kind of go over that when we get there. So what we're gonna do is take this 4x4 post. I got decent ones, but not too expensive, so I think it's like $41 for the lumber and screws. So we're gonna cut it 58 inches and go from there. All right, turns out it's been a while since I've used the saw, so yeah, ignore that. So we'll get that taken care of, but yeah, gonna go throw it in, see how it fits. All right, so we get another chance to make that straight. I want to put it in between these plastic pieces on the side, up against the back wall. So that's what I did. Measured it out, used a straight edge right here, and then we got it. So hopefully I can follow that line this time. All right, perfect. Fits literally perfectly in between. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some boards. What I'd like to do is leave as much of the center open as possible. So I'll probably run the outer edge. We'll go on there. And then from there, probably do another one like over here in this sort of area. And then that way we can leave this open. So, and then all my cords, you know, I can keep them down in there. So. All right, so here's kind of where we were at. We got 35-inch sections cut here. We got a spacer down here, so 2x6, same down here. So that's how we're gonna do this. So I can reach down here and get all my stuff, lift the mattress up, and I'm gonna do the same thing over there, and then I gotta build legs over there or figure out if I wanna maybe get another one of these, but I doubt it. So we'll see. I'm gonna start screwing stuff in. All right, here's how it's sort of kind of coming out. We got that side, you know, doing its thing. Then we got these two over here. We got a piece of wood split, unfortunately, but it is what it is. I put this piece here so that I could still get stuff in here, and then this guy here for some support, so we'll add to that. All right, well, I cut another piece. It is what it is. I'm kind of, I don't know, I kind of like it, you know, how it is. I mean, for the most part, it's not shit wood. I do want to get these pieces back here covered, so I might get a section to like get rid of these vents. Let me know in the comments if that's a bad idea, but I do want to do something with that. And then we're going to throw the mattress back here, and then this will give us a little bit in the center of kind of like flexibility, so the mattress can kind of sag a little bit more comfort. It's an issue, we'll throw more in. So yeah, so this is supported here, that's supported there. We're probably going to bring this together at some point, but not in this video. We'll see how I like it, and then see where we can add some other stuff. So this kind of leaves some room to expand. All right, so everything that you guys saw from the previous clips of building this was probably from about a month and a half ago. So now I found my old one. This I'm going to cut down at some point. I just don't have the tools today so that I can access the air compressor. But for now, I have this screwed down in 2 spots. At some point, I'll probably cut down the center here so I can get to the battery. There's a support there. And then this is where the mattress will sit on now, instead of like bowing down in the center. So we'll see how the mattress fits. And then at some point, we'll start building some covers for back here for all of this. But for now, this is what we're gonna do. Messing with everything else. So we'll throw the mattress back in. I did get everything rewired under there. So I want to go through and wrap everything all nice. And then throw this guy in. All right, that's a little flatter. That should be a little bit nicer on the road. Probably cut this down at some point, but for now I'm gonna leave it alone until we're finalized. But that's gonna do it for this. Throw the blankets back on. There we go. All right, so obviously nothing's ever permanent, but this is where I keep all my batteries, my chargers, and my impacts and power tools, because I came out the one day and this was all covered in snow. So I keep everything that I'm not worried about in here, and then the expensive stuff right here where I can just grab it. Hopefully the camera picks that up, but you guys can see soldered everything and then wrapped in electrical tape to seal it. I also used heat shrink below it, so hopefully that comes out, you know, decent. I'd like to go through and redo all of these because I think these are all butt connectors. And then I think the reverse lights don't work either. So I'm gonna go through all of these, make sure they work. Yeah, looks like salt's getting into them too, so before that turns into an issue. But I think I got pretty much most of the salt out from underneath of here. You can see we're getting a little bit of surface rust, but it's nothing crazy yet. The bed though, paid $100 for this bed, and you can see right there, that hole was already there. But there's a support next to it, so the bed itself isn't really an issue. Just keep plugging away at the wiring. Alright, I don't know if you can see all that. We have everything soldered, loomed, and electrical tape. You guys can see everything is wrapped and nice, so should have no more issues there. You can see exactly what this mess is beforehand, and then see how nice and neat it can be afterwards. So should have no more issues at all. All right, another day off. We'll be hitting the road Monday, so I messed with the fuel plate the other day. I slid it all the way towards the firewall so that we could take the fuel out of it, but I forgot the AFC itself is adjustable, so we're going to push that towards the front of the engine, so that way we're not taking like all of the fuel out of it. But we do have a 10 plate sitting in our Amazon cart I do need to order, so I'm going to take this horn off, and then I'm going to do the adjustment on the AFC housing itself. We're going to push that, like I said, towards the front of the engine. So we're going to do that now, and I have a couple other odds and ends to do before we actually do hit the road. I also need to go get a new grease gun so that we can adjust, or so we can grease everything down here. And the steering shaft was loose, so I caught that. You guys can see the shaft that is on the end of the steering box was loose, so I tightened that up. And then I might do an adjustment on the steering box itself. Do that like half a turn. And that should be good. Got the block heater plugged in, so I'm gonna drive this later, so it's not too cold out, but just a bunch of little odds and ends. As you can see, that's adjustable. Tighten that down just like that. All right. AFC housing is adjusted. Just put another quart of oil in it. Looks like we are leaking somewhere. I'll figure that out at some point. Had a little coolant leak over there. That's taken care of. We will see how this 0 plate does in the factory spot. If it's, I don't know, if it's horrible, I think I will go with a 10 plate at some point. Front end is torqued. That should just about do it. We're running out of stuff to cover. Just waiting on the new harness for the headlight, and what else? Might as well start checking fluids. All right, so in conclusion, all of the fluid is good except for the rear end, so we're gonna swap that out today once I make a run to Home Depot. Got everything greased, including the hitch, so we'll be good to roll. All right, for any one of you guys that have also seen the car wash fail, we did go get the thing washed correctly. Just used the self-wash. Blue Beacon had a line that was about an hour and a half long. All right, another day. Went and bought a new grease gun. Unfortunately, this does not fit anywhere, so we're gonna take this off of the old one, plop it onto the new one, and hopefully that works, because this one was super cheap. And it's a lot cleaner than, you can see that. So get that end cleaned off, pull this off, and start greasing stuff. All right, so now you can see, pulled that off. Yeah, it's sitting here. Popped it onto that, and that should work a lot better actually. Also switched the coupler out and see if that one does a little bit better than this one here. So I'm gonna go test that now. All right, well, certainly not much better than the old setup, but certainly not bad either. I was able to keep it relatively clean for what it is. Wipe it down with some paper towels, and yeah, I'm gonna like that. I'll store it right over there on the side. Alright, so I know a lot of y'all are curious. I have not changed the differential fluid in this since we went mudding with it. And it's kind of low. So, I'm gonna see how the fluid looks. I can already smell it. There we go. Oh. That wasn't supposed to come out so fast. I'll have to clean that up. Made a little mess. That stinks. Like chocolate milk, but worse. Alright, what do you guys think? I mean, don't think it's too bad. Now, fun thing is I still have the factory gasket, so I literally just need to slap this back over and it's perfectly fine. No RTV needed. Same way I've done it forever. These things will pretty much never leak with these gaskets. There you go. So I'm gonna get all that out, throw the cover back on, and then refill it. All right, so now I have put all the bolts back in. I basically put this with the small battery and then just impacted every one of them on. This doesn't allow it to go super far, so these are fine. I might go over them with the wrench again, I don't know yet. Sprayed some brake clean down here, so we'll be able to see if we have a leak, which I can almost guarantee we won't, and then I'm gonna fill this up. I got 4 quarts of Valvoline. Usually I use Pennzoil, but decided to try something new because that's what the auto parts store had. I did some research, other people were running it just fine, and they're in bags as well, so. All right, so here's what I will be using today. 75 140, you can see. We'll try it, see how it does. Contains limited slip additive, which is good, I guess. And yeah, we'll see. All right, we got Liam helping us out here in pajamas. All right, so those bags are super convenient. This thing, I was able to fill this up in probably like 2 minutes. Just all 4 of them, just push up against it, drain to the next one. So that's perfect. Real quick, because I think this is pretty much all I got left to do with the truck. I think this is done. I want to talk to you guys about exhaust real quick, because I know a lot of people don't like axle dumps, but what I was thinking, since I gotta run mud flaps for the commercial stuff, which these cover the whole tires, and then I gotta run mud flaps in the back here once I scrounged like $400 to go get them. I feel like the axle dump is a really good exhaust for RV hauling, because you're not worried about getting soot down the side of the trailer. However, because most guys will just run a turn down out the back. However, I kind of like the look, but you're not going to see that with the mud flap. So I was wondering, I might bring this back out the back with a tip, or I might just leave this as is. Let me know what you guys think, but it is nice. When I had it out the back, I would get soot down the side of the campers. Now, I do have this thing detuned now a lot. I just did with the fuel plate you guys saw, so I moved it back. Very, like it, if you got any smoke out of it, I'd be surprised. So let me know what you guys think. Should we keep this, or should I go out the back after I get the mud flaps? So let me know. Kind of filthy out here in my pajamas doing this, but it is Saturday. I have one more day and then we are hitting the road. So we've already got some loads scheduled. I got a bunch more goodies that I will be ordering. I'm just waiting for some of the back money to come in from doing the jobs that I have done. So I'm just trying to make sure I don't run out of money while I'm doing this. So I'm being very careful with how much I spend on certain things. I got to get an inverter yet. The mud flaps are like $350. Headlights, taillights, that's another $400. I got to do ball joints at some point. I got to get tires at some point, because I think the front one kind of wore down a little bit. I might be able to salvage it, but in the meantime, I will think about getting a new tire in the next month or two. And other than that, I think everything's pretty good. So I do want to do a second gen swap at some point, put the HE351 in the middle, and then get a new downpipe. I was having some issues with this exhaust hitting in certain spots, but other than that, and then the, what do you call it? I also have TPMS that I want to get ordered. You guys can see here new mirrors with the side marker on them, a 10 plate, taillights, new fuel door. The mud flaps are like $350. I need to get new spacers for the back that are hub centric instead of lug centric, which will make it a whole lot easier when I'm trying to take these on and off. No, I'm not getting rid of the spacers. I want to get 7-way plug for in the bed, new 5-inch clamp if I do decide to go out the back. I still have the piece, and then fuel heater, new side marker lights, kingpin to gooseneck adapter, headlights, and TPMS. So you guys get the point. There's a bunch of stuff in there that I need to order on top of on top of everything else. So like I said, just wait for some more money to come in. That way I make sure that I don't run out of money. That's the key to it. You run out of money and you're done. You don't run until you get paid again, and then at that point there's no reason to live like that. So I feel like I have plenty saved up right now to keep going. I mean, I could probably go for a couple months without getting paid, but I would prefer just to be very, very careful with my money. So, all right, before I finish it out, for the people that are wondering, this is basically, so from here in, all my fluids, boards, if I get flat tires, cooler, and then spare battery, and then this is how I have everything organized in here. We got small straps, big straps, hammers, filament tool, heat gun, bunch of anything to do with wrenches, sockets, all that, and then 2 jacks, electrical, soldering iron. Like, everything is pretty neat. So as I fill this up more and more, we will see, but the goal is to keep it organized. And then these I got to take to the storage unit. So, but yeah, and then pickle fork, and I'll set the chains right there, and then fire extinguisher that is borderline but is still good. So I'll probably be replacing this here soon or getting a second one, but I do like this placement. And I showed you guys before, air compressor for the bags, air compressor for like tires and stuff, for the wheel stand, and then got this over here. And on the other side, electrical stuff, and I can check my tires with that. So basically that's the setup. Can't wait to lay back here with the new board down. We'll see how that goes. That being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.